again everyone, this is Liz from Non-Stop Kids, one of the face painters, and we've been doing a few different face painting things over the last few weeks. I hope everyone is really good and you're not missing school too much and you're finding lots to do at home, and hopefully you've managed to have a few goes at face painting. And what I'm going to do, I've done quite a lot for the girls, so I've done like unicorns and flowers and things like that. So I thought this week it would be really fun to do one for a little bit more for the boys. So we're going to do a dinosaur. Okay, so what we have to have for a dinosaur, I'll show you first of all, is I'm just putting loads of paint on my brush while I'm talking to you, and the colour that I'm putting on is red. So I've got some colours just here in my little palette, and what I'm doing is I'm just loading any brush, it doesn't matter, I just want a relatively, quite a big brush, so it covers quite a lot of space all at once. And I'm going to get as much paint on there as I can, so I've really loaded it with paint. I'm just going to get my mirror, which is over here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the eyes of the dinosaur first, which we're going to do in red, so it's all over your own eye. Make sure if you're doing this on a piece of paper and you've drawn a face, that's great. If you are trying on a person or a mum or dad or mum and dad trying the kids, just make sure the eyes are closed and that they stay closed. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do to start off with. I can probably do some of it just here like this. I'm just going to do red across there, and we're just going to take it all the way up to where the eyebrow is and fill it in, and then I might even just go slightly above the eyebrow there, doesn't overly matter, and then we're going to go underneath the eye. It doesn't need to be too neat because it's going to blend in with the other paint, so don't worry too much about getting it to be like super duper neat. And they don't really need to match on each side either, as long as they're sort of roughly there. So I'm looking at my camera, so I'm going to just check that out in my mirror. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. And then we're going to do exactly the same again. So exactly the same thing again. I'm just going to get some water on the brush, and I'm going to get loads and loads of red paint on, because the more you get on with this, you can kind of do it in one without having to go back into the paint halfway through doing an eye. And then we're just going to do the other eye as well. So just going to go over here. Just going to get as close to the eye. Now if you can't get super close to eyes, don't worry, just miss out the eyelid and kind of start from above the eyelid, from round about here where I am. If you can get the eyelid in, then that's great. We're going to go up to the eyebrow and then just fill that in. And then I'm just going to go over the top of the eyebrow as well. I'm going to make a circle. I'm going to come down, then come down this side as well, and then just do under the eye. Probably could have done with a little bit more paint on the brush, so I'm just going to put a little bit more on just to finish it off. There we go, lots and lots of red. And then we're just going to go around here and just fill that in. And I'm just going to check in my mirror and just neaten that up a little bit, just because I'm looking in the camera at the minute. So I'm just going to check my mirror and then just neaten up anything that I need to do with that. There we go. So again, they don't need to be like perfect circles, just so that the eyes are red, just like that. And then from there we're going to create the shape of our dinosaur, and we do this by making what I call sort of like an upside down M or N, and I'll show you how we do that now. So this will work if you just have a green colour, that's fine. If you've got a green and a yellow paint that you can put into something like this, that works. Mine is really running out. This is my dinosaur colour, so I might have to switch onto my other dinosaur at some point. But yeah, so if you've got like a green and a yellow, that's great. If you just want to do it in green or yellow, that'll work as well. You just have a green or yellow dinosaur, no problem. And we're going to use a brush that I used before, which I used this one for the unicorns, and this is just a flat brush on an angle, nice and simple. So we're going to put some water on that, give it a little dab off on some tissue so it's not too wet. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get, which is, you'll find that we do this a lot, is that you get the lighter colour on the smaller side of the brush, which is this side. So that's the bigger side, that's the smaller side. So we're going to get as much colour as we can. We're going to try this one. It is really running out, but we're going to see what we can sort of do with it. And if not, I've got another one, just a slightly different colour that we can use. So I'm just going to try and get lots of water in there so that I can really get this paint moving, because there's very little of it left. Okay, so I've got loads and loads and loads of paint on there. So we're going to do a quick hand test run. We're just going to check there. Yep, that's nice. And what we do is we make upside down M's. So we're going to keep the yellow comes down the face, and we're going to swoop like this. So we make little curls just like that. So I'm going to try without my mirror. So we're going to start in the centre, and we're going to swoop and swoop and swoop. We're going to just keep swooping all the way around. I can't really see what's going on that side, but that's okay. So we're going to swoop all the way around just like that. And then we're going to do it on the other side as well. Let's try and do it with the same hand. So again, we're going to use the other side of the brush, because a lot of the paint from that side is now pushed through onto this side. And we're just going to swoop again. So we're going to go into where we finished off. We're going to swoop it. And then at any point, obviously, if you do run out of paint, that's fine. You can just reload the brush. I'm just going to bring that side in as well. Maybe just extend these out a little bit. There we go. And then we're just going to come over the nose as well. So we come right in over the nose. And that's our first layer. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do exactly the same again, but we're going to go under our dinosaur this time. So where we started there before, we'll just sort of bring that line up a little bit. We're going to do the same again, keeping the yellow on the inside, just like that. And we're going to swoop again. So we're going to put a little bit more paint on just to carry that on. So again, if you do just want to use a normal block colour, that will absolutely work, no problem at all. So I've got a bit more paint on there now, so we're just going to start sort of where that yellow finishes, and we're going to do the same again, and we're just going to swoop. And this time we are going to come probably slightly across the red, but that is absolutely fine. And we're going to go on the other side there, and then I'll just bring it over the nose on each side. And then we're going to do the same again, so we're just going to swoop in and out. So we're just swooping around. Just to fill it all in. So that by then you should sort of have your red is starting to be covered over. And then down the side of down the edge of the nose, you can just fill in. Just with little sort of movements like that. And then we have like sort of the basic of your dinosaur. And then what you can do is you can get a sponge. There's my sponges. And you can just sort of blend the eyes out a little bit if you want to. It doesn't really matter, you don't have to. But you can just get a sponge. You want a dry sponge to do it, so don't use a wet sponge, use a dry one. And you can basically just blend the red into the colour a little bit, just so it's not quite as harsh of a line. And to do that, you just get a sponge like that, and we just blend it out a little bit, so that because dinosaurs are going to have really red eyes, you can give it a little smudge as well. So that's what I'm going to do all the way around mine, is I'm just going to really like smudge the edges out. Like that. And then I'm going to check my mirror as well, because all I can see is the camera. So we're going to have a quick look in the mirror and see how that's looking. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'd probably smudge it a little bit more maybe. So there we have the basic of your dinosaur, and then what you'd want to do from here is put the make sure the paint is really dry. So you want to make sure that it's not wet at all, and once it's really dry, then you can put your dino horns on the top and your dino teeth on the bottom. And to do that you just need a white, and I'm just going to use any brush to put the white on. I just want quite a big brush really. There's something that's like that, that's quite flat. Put a bit of water on, dip into the white colour that I've got down here, do a test run on the hand, check there's, yeah, that's absolutely fine. And we're going to put dino teeth in. So we're going to go my first dino one just here, we're going to swoop there, swoop back up, and then just fill it in. And you will find at this point that sometimes the paint does bleed into the green colour a little bit. So what I prefer to do is to just sort of dab it on like that. So there's our first one. And then we're going to just clean the brush off a little bit because it has got a little bit of green on it, but that is going to happen. And we're going to do our dino tooth on this side as well. So we'll swoop down from there, and we'll swoop down from there, and they're roughly even. So we're just going to fill in just down here. Just like that, so that's all filled in. And then where the main sort of green is, I'm going to tap over, because I don't want to, if you start brushing at this point, you are going to get quite a lot of green into the white. So we've got our dino teeth, and then you do exactly the same, but sort of in reverse at the top. So to create your dino ears, I'd probably do them a bit more pointy at the top, maybe. Yeah. So we're going to swoop up there. Oh, we would swoop. We're going to swoop up there and then just fill that in, and then we're going to get some more white. You want to make sure that when you're putting white over another colour that there's absolutely loads of white. And then we're going to go round about there, and we'll swoop up, swoop down. Probably need to swoop a bit more on this side. Probably gone a little bit big there, but that doesn't matter. We're going to fill that in like that. And we'll just neaten this up a little bit, and then what I'll do is just make this one a little bit bigger, because I've gone quite big on that one there. And there we have our dinosaur. So there's one that's a little bit more for the boys maybe. I mean, girls might want a dinosaur as well. But yeah, there we go. So there's our face painting dino. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.